It has been more than 2 months since Faith Newsome was thrown from a motorcycle and dragged underneath a car. Police say her then boyfriend is the one who ran her over. Faith remains in the hospital recovering from many serious injuries. Now, as WKYT Samantha Valentino shows us, Faith's family and friends are hoping to use her story to create some change in Frankfort. It's our top story at 6.
Saturday mornings are meant for pancakes, but the crew at this Applebee's are hoping to flip more than just flapjacks.
We're also writing a bill to take to the governor to get the laws changed.
The pancakes are to raise money for Faith Newsome, as she's now spent more than 2 months in the hospital after police say her boyfriend crashed into her on a motorcycle.
Domestic violence is horrific, especially what Faith went through. And we just wanted to support her.
The Franklin County Sheriff's Office says Faith was riding on the back of the motorcycle when her boyfriend at the time, Brendan Cummins, crashed into her. She was thrown off the bike and then dragged underneath his car. Her pelvis was crushed, her lungs collapsed, she had multiple fractures, and her leg has since been amputated.
Sometimes just a slap on the wrist, and it just continually happens, like in this case. It just kept happening, and that really needs to change.
Faith spoke with WKYT from the hospital, telling us that while this was the worst attack she'd faced, it wasn't the first. Cummins previously pled guilty to 4th-degree criminal assault domestic violence on April 30th. A judge ordered Cummins to stay away from Faith. She was attacked again less than a month later on May 19th. Now Faith's family and friends continue to tell her story, hoping lawmakers will listen.
We just want the laws to be a lot stricter and maybe could save somebody's life.
In Frankfort, Samantha Valentino, WKYT.
Now, if you'd like to support Faith, you can still bring in monetary donations to the Applebee's in Frankfort. Her family has also started a GoFundMe page, which is linked inside this story right now in the WKYT News app.